I didn't order any food, so I wouldn't have to split the bill. So I'm 27, and I've been stuck with this friend group since college. There's like 8 of us total, but 2 people in particular, Susan and Greg, are straight-up parasites. Every single time we go out to eat, they pull the same garbage move. They'll order the most expensive thing on the menu, then suddenly they're broke and need everyone else to cover them. It's been going on for years, and I'm so sick of it. Like last month, we went to this steakhouse, and Greg ordered a $60 ribeye plus appetizers and drinks. Then when the check came, he goes, "Oh man, rent was due this week. Can you guys help me out?" We all ended up paying like $20 extra just for his meal. Susan does the exact same thing every time. So last weekend, my friend Dan texts me about this casual dinner at some restaurant downtown. I immediately tell him that if Susan and Greg are gonna be there, count me out. But Dan keeps pushing me to come, saying I should just put my feelings aside for once and join the group. Against my better judgment, I agree to go. I show up and there's 6 of us total. We're all talking and catching up, and then everyone starts ordering. Most people get stuff around $40, which is pretty normal for this place. Then Susan and Greg's turn comes up. Susan orders this lobster dish that's like $95, plus she gets an appetizer and expensive wine. Greg gets surf and turf for $120 plus drinks. I'm watching this happen, and I already know what's coming next. When the waiter gets to me, everyone's looking at me expectantly. I pick up the menu, scan it for like 2 seconds, point to the $4 Miller Lite, and tell the waiter, "That's all I want." Dan immediately goes, "Dude, why aren't you eating anything?" I just shrug and say I lost my appetite. 2 other friends at the table look at each other, then flag down the waiter to cancel their food orders too. They just got drinks instead. The whole dinner was awkward after that. Susan and Greg are eating their fancy meals while half the table is just sipping beer. I could tell they were getting nervous because they kept picking at their food instead of actually eating it. Then the check comes. The total was insane because of their expensive orders. Greg immediately grabs the waiter and goes, "Can you split this 6 ways?" without even asking anyone. I stand up and correct him. Actually split it 3 ways. 3 of us only had drinks. Greg looks at me all confused and goes, "What? We always split the bill evenly." I look him dead in the eye and say, "Well, 3 of us didn't eat any food, so we're just paying for our drinks." The math was brutal. Dan, who probably ate like $50 worth of food, got stuck with a $146 or $98 check. I swear his jaw hit the floor when he saw that receipt. Susan and Greg had to split the rest between them, which was way more than they expected to pay. I slid a $10 toward the check to cover my beer and tip, said goodbye to everyone, and walked out. The looks on Susan and Greg's faces were priceless. They finally realized what it felt like to actually pay for their own expensive meals. The next morning, I wake up to like 15 angry texts from both of them calling me a jerk for forcing them to pay more than they planned. I actually laughed out loud reading their messages, like the steaks alone cost more than what they ended up paying, but somehow I'm the bad guy.